actually transporting the Little Compton community, high school community here. A number of the parents I know are dissatisfied with going all the way to Portsmouth.
Well, there's been no official discussions with Little Compton regarding that issue. We did have an informal meeting. Mrs. Black, Mr. Gundy, Chairman, Vice Chair, I believe, from Little Compton this past summer. But it was just general discussion of ways we might be able to save money. Portsmouth currently has a contract with Little Compton for their children. I believe it expires in 2 or 3 years. So that whole issue, A, to answer your question, we haven't discussed it. But B, it really is a Little Compton issue in the sense that they would need to, when their contract expires, extend an interest to us. I have had, again, formal conversations with Dr. Devine on numerous occasions, saying that we would be receptive to formal meetings, but for whatever reason, nothing's transpired yet. We have been invited, I got a call today from the Vice Chairman of the Quinnipiac Island Regionalization Committee, Dr. Shoemaker, and he is invited. We will be getting an official letter of invitation along with Little Compton and Jamestown to participate in their discussions on regionalization on the island. Reading the Daily News, they've been meeting for about a year now. So they've invited us, and I accepted their invitation to attend the meeting they're having on Monday. Because I believe we need to keep all our options open, and it's nice to finally get an invite to the table. And that could produce another avenue in the long term that wasn't open to us just 2 weeks ago. So hopefully that's an avenue where, if we're all at the table now, all the players, Little Compton, us, the island communities, and even Jamestown, it's possible that there could be some solutions there and savings by, regionalization in some form or another.
Thank you.
Thank you. Say a few words about people out here. I came to this school in 7th grade. I didn't graduate then, but I graduated for vocational technical, which is a good home.
Could you speak a little bit louder,
okay,
please? Sorry, we don't have a mic. Just a microphone.
I don't need a mic. I can talk about my wife talks to me all the time. But
You might.
no, I started. I came to school
You can put a
in
seat
7th
here,
grade.
and you can. You don't want to speak.
I started here, like I say, I came here in 7th grade to this high school. I did not graduate here. I ended up going to Rogers Vocational Technical, which was a good program. But my question to the school committee is, and I need some clarification on this because it doesn't make sense. If Portsmouth can take care of our kids in their school cheaper than our own town, we have a problem, big problem. Because to me, if it costs us so much to keep one school going, it should cost the same amount for the next school. We're not living in California, we're not living in New York City. So there's going to be, to me, I think there needs to be a clarification on that. Also,
I think, again, as I said before, though that's a very good question. It's one that we'll have for when we sit down. Again, no numbers have been exchanged or anything of that nature. I'll give you for example. When someone wants to come to Tiverton, let's say they're in Little Compton, and they want to attend Tiverton High School, we charge our per pupil rate, which is currently, I believe, just over $14,000. And we say to parents, that's what you have to pay. Now I know Portsmouth charges Little Compton, they have a very favorable rate. They're not charging Little Compton what their per pupil rate is. I believe that's one of the reasons why they were chosen. So that's a very big factor in looking at to see if this whole idea is even feasible. It's the cost that whether it's Portsmouth, Middletown, or Newport, what is their cost going to be to us? And if, I guess it's a question if an accepting district can do it for less than what they're charging per pupil. I think that's the host district would have to justify why they could do it for less, as opposed to us getting a favorable rate.
The other thing is too, I mean, like talking about replacing the school, I've been in facilities for almost my whole career. I worked in buildings that are a lot older than this. I mean, you can't repair, on and on and on. And when you look at the cost of the school, like we say, over $71 million. $71 million, you add a couple $1 million every year to do repairs. That's going to be a long time before you even think about getting a school. And one problem that I've seen in all these schools is you really don't really have a maintenance staff to take care of these schools. You have janitors that don't do general repairs. This heating system, if you've been fixing it from day one or repairing it as needed when you needed to, you might be in better shape than you are now. So maybe you should relook at that situation. Maybe get somebody in here that knows what's going on with buildings. So that way, for the future, because the future isn't every 15 years or 20 years or 50 years to build new schools. It's maybe to maintain the properties that we got to last for a long time.
Thank you for your comments. Anyone else?